Once upon a time, there was a historic valley located in the heart of Delaware, Ohio. This area was once populated with numerous Native American villages. As time went on, this valley saw the city of Delaware start to take shape. As this town continued to grow, it ended up nestling right around this valley. Soon, this historic little valley became a lovely little golf course for all to enjoy. Hey there, all you beautiful people. Welcome to the Creativity Killed the Cat podcast. My name's Andrew Schwalik, and I'm going to be helping you develop creative marketing that won't break the bank. Our episode is brought to you by Twilful, my digital positioning agency that helps brands drive growth through omnichannel marketing strategies, targeted visual storytelling campaigns, and advanced lead generation tactics. Now it's time for a little fun fact. I live in Delaware, Ohio, a place with rich Native American history. Growing up, we actually lived right next to a protected burial mound. Pretty cool. One day, I decided to walk around a nearby field that was just plowed. I ended up finding 2 arrowheads. All right, on with the show. Before we dive into our marketing tip, let's talk about the Black Lives Matter movement sweeping our country for a minute. George Floyd was a black man that was killed while he was being detained by police officers in Minneapolis. One of those police officers knelt on George's neck for 9 minutes while he was handcuffed and telling the officer he couldn't breathe, ultimately leading to his death. That is disturbing. No matter what crime is being committed, a police officer never has the right to take someone's life. That is why we have the justice system. Obviously, excessive force is a problem with police officers across the United States. However, this goes deeper. Why is it that black individuals are continually victims of excess force and other unjust treatment? Sadly, it's because racism is still rooted in our society. Honestly, it's difficult for me to even fathom how racism can be something that another human portrays. It's so obviously wrong. I think some of that racism exists because people don't understand what privilege means. Google's definition of privilege is a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. Right off the bat, that definition clarifies that privilege divides people into groups. Some people have privilege and others do not. Let's start with a simple example. There are many people in our country that are blind. They can no longer see out of their eyes. For most of us, we can still use our eyes to see what goes on around us. We are privileged to still have our sense of sight. You can see that there are 2 groups, one that has the privilege of sight. The other, unfortunately, does not. Now, being a white man, I have the privilege of not needing to worry about my life being threatened when I get pulled over by a cop. I have the privilege of going to the doctor and not worrying about them just skimming over my issues. I have the privilege of applying my children to a daycare and not needing to worry about our application getting overlooked because of the color of my skin. These are things I don't need to think about because I'm privileged. Sadly, there are so many people in our country that are not privileged in these scenarios, when they absolutely should be. We need to change this, and we all need to help. So here's my challenge to you. Reflect on the areas where you're privileged. It can be difficult to think about because when you are privileged, it's easy to overlook that there are others that don't have that luxury. Take some time to see how you're privileged so you can better understand those who are not. We need change in our country. It starts with you. Become more aware, protest, stand up for what's right, combat racism, have an open dialogue, tell people when they say something wrong, vote, help change America for the better. Now, let's talk about a simple marketing tactic that will get more people checking out your website. If you have a business, it makes sense to have a website where you can share information, sell your products online, and have a place where people can learn more about your company. Yes, you can do some of these things with a Facebook page, especially if you don't sell your product online. If you are just getting started in the digital marketing world, I'd recommend starting a Facebook page before thinking about a website. Get used to having a digital footprint for your brand. If you do have a website, this tip is for you. Search engine optimization is the process of managing the number of visitors to a particular website by ensuring that the site appears high on the list of results returned by a search engine. Simply put, that means having your website structured in a way that helps Google show it when people search for your type of business. There are a number of different elements that go into a good SEO strategy. SEO stands for search engine optimization. To get you started, we're just going to talk about keywords. A keyword is an informative word used in an information retrieval system to indicate the content of a document. That just means it's a specific word or phrase that helps define what your website is about. You want to use a number of keywords on your website that relate to what your business offers so Google will be able to show it to people searching for those types of products or services. Let's just start by talking about your homepage. As an example, let's say you have a women's clothing shop. On the homepage of your website, you'll want to use the keyword phrase women's clothing multiple times. This will let Google know that your website is about women's clothing. Then, when someone searches for women's clothing in your area, your website will come up as a result. You can add your keyword phrase of women's clothing in the description of your business. You can use it in the headers as you write about what types of clothing your store offers. You can use it in the title of your sales notification. Place that keyword phrase wherever it makes sense. One thing to be aware of is keyword stuffing. Google doesn't like that. Somehow, Google is able to tell when you're placing your keyword all over your website in unnatural places and penalizes your site for that. To avoid this, only use your keyword where it makes sense. Make it seem natural to viewers. One great way is to have family and friends check out your website after you've updated it with your keyword. Ask them how it looks and if they think your keyword is included too many times. Optimizing your website with a main keyword is a great way to start getting more traffic to your website. You should also have one main keyword for every blog you publish, but that's a conversation for another day. Mature trees and a winding creek add to the beauty of this extensive par 28 layout of Delaware's Hidden Valley Golf Course. A pond, trees, and numerous sand traps make this course a challenge for beginners as well as advanced golfers. I've actually golfed this course many times, and it's absolutely wonderful. Now that you know a bit about Hidden Valley Golf Course, let's get creative. The obvious marketing goal for a golf course would be to get more people golfing. We're going to use some social proof with this tactic to do just that. We want to show people having a good time while golfing at Hidden Valley. One great way to do that is by encouraging golfers to take pictures while out on their round. Select a unique hashtag like #GolfInTheValley and encourage golfers to share photos and videos during their rounds. To entice them to do this, pick one person who shares content with the hashtag every week to get a free round of golf. Everyone has a phone that can take pictures and videos, so why not reward people who do a little social proof marketing? Not only is this social proof, but keeps Hidden Valley top of mind. Plus, you'll then have a ton of fresh content you can use for other marketing activities. Now, let's add something fun that every golfer can easily do. Get a bunch of tees. Lay down an old tarp, toss the tees on it, get a can of gold spray paint. Spray all those tees gold. Get an old fishbowl, paint that fishbowl black, toss in a bunch of normal tees, then sprinkle in all the gold tees. Make sure to mix them up. Whenever a golfer purchases a round, let them pick a single tee from your fishbowl. This can just be something fun that everyone gets to do before a round. If they pick a white tee, they simply get to keep the tee and use it for their round. If they pick the gold tee, they get a free round. Since they've already paid for this round, just print a ticket that they can bring back and use on another day. This creates a little fun tradition that Hidden Valley can be known for and gets people coming back. Most people golf with at least one more individual, meaning that the winner will most likely come back another day with a friend who will then buy another round. It's fun and generates more business. All right, this next marketing tactic is more of a business proposition. It is a bit selfish as well because I really want this to happen. There is not a local miniature golf course in Delaware. Yes, there is one just outside of Marion and one heading south on 23, but both of those are at least a 30-minute drive. I think a miniature golf course in the heart of Delaware would do so well. There's a large population in the area, and there are so many ways to market it. Since you already maintain a golf course, why not just add a simple mini golf course as well? When you do the various tasks to maintain the course, just complete the maintenance tasks for the mini golf course as well. I'm certainly making it sound easier than it is because it requires designing a mini golf course, getting it installed, and setting up the area. However, it opens up an entirely new market and generates some extra revenue. Plus, we could work out a deal. Let our Twiffle team putt-putt whenever we want, and we'll do the marketing for free. Not sure if that's even realistic, but come on, I love mini golf, and I'm going to shoot my shot. Boom. Hidden Valley Golf Course now has some creative marketing ideas that won't break the bank and will get more people booking tee times. I'm actually going to go out this weekend with some friends to enjoy a game of golf in the valley. It really is an awesome little course, plus maybe we'll see a mini golf course there in the future. I'll keep wishing. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Creativity Killed the Cat. I hope you had as much fun as I did and were able to take away some creative marketing knowledge that you can start using right now. If you did enjoy the show, I would love you forever if you left a review on iTunes. It helps more people hear about my little podcast, so thank you. Now, if you're still stuck and need a little extra creative juice, head over to andrewschwalik.com to find some more content that will continue to get your creative gears turning. Keep saving those cats. I'll see you all in the next episode.